We run down the channel with Nuke the House. I'm the host, Astaire, joined as always by Tyler Hicks. Tyler, what did you think? We haven't been on since Monday, so just general thoughts about the NBA action we've seen in the last two nights.
Boston, we'll start there. I mean, what happened to all those games they used to game plan for the playoff spread at the end of the season because they had this giant lead? I guess they never game planned to guard the 3-point line. So,
I mean, the Boston overreactions are kind of funny to me.
I mean, it's just what everyone predicted to happen. It's like, oh, they're going to probably screw this up again, and then they look like they're going to screw it up again. I know it's only one game, but you should have never lost a game to this team. You should have swept them. You should have beat them by 15 in every game. Bless you. And you should have just absolutely dominated this series. This series should have looked like when the Bucks and the Pistons used to play in those series back a few years ago.
But why are people surprised? Everyone knows it's about Boston. This is why they needed Marcus Smart, right? Because they're just too.
This is why they got Drew Holiday. This is why, you see what I'm saying? They gave up 1 for 2 because they gave up Marcus Smart and they added Drew Holiday, probably as good as a defender, and they have Porzingis now, which he looked like absolute dog shit yesterday.
He finally looked how I expected. I remember when they first made that trade. I'm like, why would you want Porzingis?
And now what happens if he has to get benched? You have to go to 40-year-old Al Horford? Because you have no other bigs. I smell trouble.
I just don't think it's that big a deal. I think
I smell trouble.
They
might just be 4-1 here, but I smell trouble.
Well, we smelled trouble for this team the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when trouble's going to show up, but trouble will show up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else did we have last night?
Okay, so you kind of just took over that game and dominated it.
Oh, bro, I'm so glad we didn't play. I would have gone 0 for 2 because I would have taken Celtics first half and Pelicans plus points.
I said it before the game. I was like, spread. I was like, I kind of lean Pelicans, but I don't want to click this button. I want to watch the game and make sure that they don't look like they're going to get ran off the floor. Yeah. And about halfway through the second quarter, I said, I'm not clicking a damn button in this game because they look like they're about to get ran off the floor. Took a little longer than expected, but by the third quarter, they were getting ran off the floor.
All right, and so we'll save our other thoughts because they'll just tie into the games for tonight. Talk real quick, though. I got to blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, let me pull up some scores. I'm forgetting the ones from Tuesday. I mean, Timberwolves kind of just handled what they had to do against the Suns. I think the Suns could get swept in this spot. I mean, they can't win the physicality battle. McDaniels and Nah are just guarding the hell out of Booker and forcing everything through KD. And that's just not enough. And they don't have any other pieces. So I think Minnesota is going to maybe 4-0 them or 4-1 them. And Phoenix is going to make some moves. What do you think about this move, Spread? Hypothetical. KD spins his whole tour and goes all the way back to where it started.
You know he wants to.
No, I'm not talking about Golden State.
No, OKC.
Yeah, he looks there. They dump.
He already said it out loud.
They dump all these bench young guys like Usman, Dang, maybe keep Case on Wallace. You dump a few of the other ones and a bunch of picks. And you add KD next to Chet. I mean, that's a hell of a team.
Yeah. All right. Well, I disagree with you about that Phoenix series. I'm gonna make a push for them at -4 right now.
But they could win game 3, but they're not winning the series. I don't think.
Let's go in order. Let's dive into tonight, and then we'll argue about that later because I still think Phoenix is live. In fact, I think I might throw some on them for the series. What's their series number? I mean, I can get them at 4-1 right now, plus 337. All right. So I've only made 2 bets so far today, Tyler, and they're in the game I want to talk about right now. And that is, it's so funny, Tyler. I think I made this joke before, but it's so funny to me that your generation uses Cooked when all you guys do is eat DoorDash and Uber Eats.
I mean, I don't get how that's it's just a saying. It has nothing to do with actually.
But it's they're cooked, but it's you guys don't even cook.
I mean, I cook food. Not everybody uses DoorDash.
All right. Stupid joke. Sorry. I'm out of it this morning. I'm physically fatigued. The Cleveland Cavaliers are plus 2.5. They're in Orlando. They're taking on the Magic tonight. The total is 201.5. I love this spot. This is just me being an old man, but we've done this our whole lives. Teams look really bad in these first 2 games on the road, especially young teams. Now they're going to get back home. There's going to be so much energy in that building. All those role players are going to start to hit shots. They're going to get a ton more calls. I took the Magic first half. I took the Magic full game. Talk to me, Tyler.
I can buy in on the first half, but I just don't like. They can't shoot.
But they're going to shoot much better tonight.
Who? They
I
have
don't know,
no
the same people that helped them win all these games this year.
It doesn't matter. They have the worst. They have the worst like spacing in the NBA right now. Like they're spacing
right now. The playoff teams because they don't have the worst spacing overall, right? Like
out of playoff,
right?
They are the worst spacing team. Like Franz Wagner can't shoot now, so like you're gonna rely on Paulo to shoot all the threes. Like Gary Harris is your best shooter on the floor. That is not a recipe to be shooting perimeter shots.
This is the NBA playoffs, and we know these role players all go from like 0 for 7 to like 5 from 7 from 3. Then they're back at home.
I maybe they withstand a barrage in the first half, but I still trust Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and these guys to get buckets in the half court. Orlando's not going to be able to speed them up either. And if they don't hit their threes, they're not scoring at the rim because of the 2 bigs. So you are legit banking on a bunch of role players
and a bunch of calls.
Well, just a bunch.
One of your bigs is going to get in trouble early.
I don't think this whole like, oh, they're getting calls in game 3 because they want to extend the series really counts for this series because I don't know about you, but
no, I don't think they give a fuck about extending the series.
But
it's just
I've watched
0
seconds of this series and I haven't seen a single highlight on any TV channel from it. So I think they
no. I don't think they give a fuck about extending the series, but just in general, like the subconscious bias where we know that refs favor home teams. Now, I didn't pull up the refs for today, but I mean, it just happens, right?
Not all the time, but I can.
No, and this isn't an infallible trend. I think it's like 67 and 35 over the last, I don't know, what would that be, 102 games?
I thought
home teams against the spread, down 0-2.
I thought before the series started that Orlando had a chance to win the series. After game 1, I said if they can't shoot, they don't have a shot and they might not win a game. Game 2, they still couldn't shoot. I just don't see like these guys that were sub 35% shooters anyway, just all of a sudden erupting into like Klay Thompson type roles and just gunning threes. Like, I just don't see it.
But we do this all season long, right? Where we see these teams go on the road and they look like shit. And then we say they're not as bad as they look, right? On the road. They're not as bad as they look on these East Coast road trips. You had a young team there. Okay. Well, we agree on the first half then, right? So we can put that on the sheet.
All right, you can put it on the sheet. I'm not sure I am exactly betting a side in any part of this game just because I'm not sure they can shoot. Like if I was betting this game, I would just bet
how did they win all these games this year?
Defense spread. Look at the scores of the games they've won. And regular season doesn't matter when it comes to playoffs. Throw all that out the window. I don't care about regular season numbers now. I watched them for 2 games. They can't shoot a basketball.
You watched for 2 games in Cleveland. We're playing in Orlando tonight.
It doesn't matter. They don't just miraculously just be able to.
It does. Even Charles Barkley knows this. Who doesn't know who's terrible at predicting shit? But the role players play better at home. So that means you're going to get less from the Cleveland role players and more from Orlando role players.
Game, I would bet the halftime full-time Orlando-Cleveland at a huge number or Orlando at plus money. I wouldn't go laying 1.5 on the first half spread or laying 2.5 on the game. So
I like 2.5 on both.
I would just bet the under 201.
I even like the over here.
I'm
not betting the over though. Fuck that. But I mean,
why bet the over when neither team can get
both teams are shooting? They shot like 23% from 3 in the first game, 27% from 3 in the second game. I'm just thinking,
now that they're in Florida, they're both going to miraculously turn into Golden State.
Positive regression.
No, it's going under. The Cavs are going to go up 3.
All right, I'm not going to plant my flag on that total take. I'm just telling you, I lean towards the over. However, I will plant my flag, and we can do the official "I told you so"s because I think the Magic win tonight, and I think they cover 2.5. I mean, this is like,
how do they score in the half court? outside of the refs blowing the whistle for them and they get free throws. They're
Colin
not going to
Winchero,
they're
Wendell
not going to shoot
Carter.
85
I mean,
threes. Wendell Carter has been absolutely dog shit this series.
he's going to look a lot better tonight.
Okay, what's he going to play? 5 minutes?
No, he's going to play a lot more because Jonathan Isaacs didn't work at the starting center.
It's just I just don't see it. You're trusting
I know
guys
you don't see it because you're only thinking of those last 2 games and you're not thinking of this team as a whole.
Like, no, it's just not happening, spread.
All
I got my guy
well,
Don on my side in the chat. Like, Cleveland has the better offense. Magic, just a defensive team. Like, they're going to go into the offseason after getting swept and go, the young guys got some.
You know who they're going to sign? I wrote about this yesterday.
Klay Thompson.
Stupid, huh?
I don't know if they could pull him away from LA or Philly. Bigger destinations.
You guys don't see him put in points because you're only looking at the last 2 games. You're judging this team off of just 2 poor games where they were overwhelmed on the road, unfamiliar situation against a great defensive team. Thank you. Matt Smith is with me. All right, guys. New York Knicks are plus 5.5. They're in Philadelphia. They're taking on the 76ers. Total is 204 here, Tyler. So originally I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say, I want Philadelphia. Tyler, they might have priced me out of this. Bro, it's minus 4.5 for the first half. Minus 5.5 for the full game. Now, if I do take the Knicks, I'm taking the full game, not the first half. But is 5.5 too much?
I thought this would have been the spot to take Philly, get on their
everybody does.
First half, full game. But the other thing that worries me here is the whole they put in the thing about the refs. They were complaining about the refs, saying that they didn't give them calls and all that. How does this respond here? Does this respond how they did to Daryl Morey in Houston, where they just didn't give him calls the next game and just said, you guys got to win a jail ball game? Or are they going to?
And who else did that? Didn't Orlando do that?
Someone,
and then they get shit for calls. Who was it?
Or was it Toronto?
This is over a year ago. This was
Toronto, and it was Fred VanVleet.
It was VanVleet, yeah, and they didn't give him any calls.
Like, are they getting calls tonight, or the Knicks just going to be able to just physically just attack them? So I lean Philly wins the game. I think they get the calls. I'd probably bet like an Embiid double and win, an Embiid 30+ and win. But laying the 5.5, I don't think I could do it.
Well, can we take the 5.5?
I don't think you should. I think there's a possibility Philly runs them off the floor right here. I think your whole breakdown of role players are going to shoot better at home, applies to weight.
Buddy Hield's going to ball. Oubre's going to ball. Tobias Harris will probably look good.
A basketball. I'm not relying on Mo Wagner to come out and shoot 9 for 9 from 3 tonight. So it's like the shooters.
I'll take Mo Wagner props too. Then let's fucking go.
The shooters Philly have could definitely get hot, and the Knicks have had trouble scoring in the first 2 games. Brunson's looked like shit. So this should be 1-1. Let's be honest. The Knicks lucked out. They got game.
Bro, we got so lucky with that live bet.
Yeah, so
that's almost why I didn't bet yesterday, because I was like, I used all my luck up for the whole week.
what's a win margin of Philly by 11 here? Plus 180. See, that's not even worth it.
Not even enough.
Yeah, if it was like plus 200 or higher, maybe plus 250, I'd be on that. But
I'm thinking, Tyler, we hope that Philly jumps out to a lead and we get the Knicks like plus 10. They're not getting blown out, right?
I think they can get blown out.
You think so?
Yeah.
So even if like Philly's up 30-23 at the end of the first half and I got a Knicks plus 11, you're telling me not to bet it?
Yeah. Because what if that Philly shooters are just hitting, New York's not getting any jumpers to drop, Jalen Brunson's still just missing all his shots and not hitting these, you're not generating any scoring, and there goes Philly. So I wouldn't target that. I would want to see, like, if they're shooting well and Philly just gets on a little run, maybe. But if they don't look like they're going to make their shots, I wouldn't go buying in that all of a sudden.
I'm about to kick you off the show and bring Matt Smith on. He's with me on everything.
Because you want a yes man on here, Spread. You want everybody to agree with you and tell you you're right. And at the end of the night, we're all going to be losing. Like, somebody's got to be right at the end of the night.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Trump right now. I just want a bunch of people telling me that I'm great. No, it's good. It's good that you're challenging me. It's good because honestly, otherwise, whenever it looks too easy, it's not, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I
Anything more on the Knicks and the Sixers?
I bet you one of these two home teams, or actually all three of them, one of these three home teams, and I think it's more likely one of the two early games, one of them wins outright and goes up 3-0.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
And I lean heavily towards it.
I mean, just looking at the numbers, the Cavaliers.
It's going to be the Cavs. Yeah, the Cavs are going up 3-0 tonight.
No, they're not, bro.
That plus 120 is going to hit.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have Lord of the Rings on the second string because I believe in magic. All right. Are we done with those two? Are we ready to move out west?
I'm done with them. I don't see anything we really need else there. I mean, can't really do too much with the Philly game outside of just live betting it. I think they priced us out. So
me and Matt, virtual high fives when we get that 10.5. All right. Bro, I'm looking forward to tonight. Isn't it gonna be fun? And we'll get the draft at the same time.
Oh, it should be fun. Hopefully my team's trading for Brandon Ayuk or trading up in the draft, but we shall see. You're probably getting your quarterback.
I think we're getting Penix at 13.
That's your guy, ain't it?
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to get him in the second round, but he's moving up too far.
Yeah, you got to get him. Got to get him early.
Yeah. I saw a mock today where Joe Alt went like at 11. I was like, no way.
No chance.
All right. Denver Nuggets are +1, Tyler. So it's basically just pick the winner. Total's 217 here. I'm too emotionally invested. My hatred of the Lakers, right? If I was in Star Wars, I would be going to the dark side with the Lakers. That's how the bad guys would target me to turn to the dark side. I would channel my hate of the Lakers. So because of that, Tyler, I can't think clearly about this. You're out there on the East Coast. You don't have to deal with Lakers fans everywhere you go, invading your hometown, rooting for small town people like me to be in tears. Talk to me. Oh, here we go. The refs robbed us. We got plus 1,000 free throw rate over the last 2 years, and you're going to complain about the referees? Unfreaking believable. Jonathan Nelson, I saw, you know what, Jonathan Nelson? I saw a tweet that reminded me of you. It said, when you're accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression. That's you Lakers fans, Jonathan Nelson. Tyler, break down this game for me.
I don't want to get involved full game, pregame. I'll say that. I think this could be.
Bro, do you know the Lakers are -1 full game, -2.5 first half?
My first half's -0.5 point.
That's wild, huh? Have you ever seen that?
My first half's -0.5 point.
Oh, let's see if mine checked. When I checked it earlier, the Lakers were, -2.5 for the first line off stores.
If I lay 2.5 in the first half, it's -102. So basically, yeah. So I mean, maybe early in this game, Lakers first quarter full game. I really don't want to lay the juice there, but maybe you push the alt spread, push them up a point or two. Maybe their team total in the first half, 55.5. I think they got to speed up the game. They have to get going. They have to hit their shots. LeBron assists could be a prop. Maybe we get on. It's 8.5 though. Do we really trust? Like, here's my biggest thing about looking at this game. Everyone's going to go there down 0-2. They fought and they should have won both games and possibly been up 2-0 in the series if a couple things go their way. You lose game one when D'Lo couldn't make a shot, but Jamal Murray on the other side couldn't make a shot either. And LeBron played out of his mind in the first half. AD did, but you gassed yourself. Game two, D'Lo shows up and hits all his shots. Somehow, some way, Jamal Murray plays bad for 3 quarters, wakes up in the fourth. You lose on a buzzer beater. What happens tonight if D'Lo regresses back to the norm and Jamal Murray makes his shots? Denver wins. So I think it's a wait and play it live spot. Jamal Murray looks like he's going to make his shots. Watch out, because they're going to go up 3-0 again. This could legit be just a replica of last year where we're going, wow, that was 2 of the closest sweeps we've ever seen. And they probably rank 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So It sucks that the Lakers did this to themselves. Probably should have game planned that a little better because I think they'd be up 2-0 on the Thunder right now.
I know, right?
Looking at what Joe Val's doing to Chet, oh my God, AD would have Wilt-like numbers down there.
Honest, I mean, I'm trying to think, didn't they beat OKC almost every game this season?
I think so.
Like LeBron there is bigger than their biggest player.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we make this a bet, Tyler? I don't want to bet it.
I'm not betting it pregame. You got to bet it live.
And what do you bet? What are you targeting?
Waiting to see if Jamal Murray looks like he's going to make his shots like he did in the fourth quarter early in the game. And if he
But
doesn't,
in that, was it the last game? He was playing like shit, but then he just made the game winner.
the fourth quarter, he made pretty much all his shots.
But he was playing like crap up till then, right?
Yeah, he played like crap the first 7 quarters of the series. But if he found his groove in the fourth quarter and all of a sudden it looks like this is just Jamal Murray from last year and he's going to make his shots, I don't think LA can win. So I lean Denver here, but you got to play it live.
Eric Roses likes LeBron over on.
You might even also be able to get in on a Denver thing where it's like, oh, Denver's down by 10 already, like these first 2 games. And Jamal Murray hits a 3, goes down, gets a little mid-range shot. They're closing in, but they're still plus 150. Let me get a better price on them. It looks like he's about to go off, and then they go from there.
All right. Well, my projections told me to take Denver, but I think I like the Lakers here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm fine staying away from this game, though. I think I like the Magic minus 2.5 and the Knicks plus 5.5 more than I like a side on this game at all. Anything else, or do you want to jump into tomorrow?
You jump into tomorrow.
All right. The first game is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are tied 1-1 against the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are laying 5.5. Tyler, I was surprised. My projections still like the Pacers, even laying this 5.5. Total's 221.5. Boy, Siakam's been fantastic for this team here. I wonder. I don't know.
I told you before the series spread, best player on the team.
Okay. I give you that. And I think I granted it to you at the time because I said he's actually able to get stops while Tyrese is all offense. The only difference is most excellent point guards aren't that good defensively. That's why Shea is so awesome. My projections tell me to take the Pacers here, Tyler. What do you think?
I don't want to lay 6. I'd probably just stay away from this game. Probably another live spot. Maybe try and get Pacers at like 2, somewhere closer to the money line. I mean, they're going to be on their home floor. It's going to be rocking in there. Milwaukee still can't buy stops. Giannis is still listed doubtful. I don't think he's playing. I don't think there's a shot.
I've heard bad things about that. I heard he's like, I listened to Dunked On today with Duncan and Luru, and they said he's not even close.
Yeah, so I mean,
he might not make it back.
Lillard's going to put up his. If they can get a guy like Portis to hit his shots too, it's going to they can have a shot here. So I'd probably just stay away from this game. I don't like this series, betting it game by game, because I think it just has drastic outcomes in the games. Like that 6 is just laying there for it to be like, oh, Milwaukee's either going to win this game outright or they're going to get blown out. Like I don't think that 6 matters.
Okay, then that makes me want to take the 6 even more.
I'm just not betting it.
Okay, I like the Pacers minus 5.5. I'm gonna like all the home teams here on tomorrow night, Tyler. I want the Mavericks too.
Yeah, I want the Mavericks. I mean, they stole the game in the Clippers. Kawhi doesn't look right. They're another team. Like if they live and die by the 3, if their shooters come to life, they're going to win this game by 20. Luka's playing great defense all of a sudden. That's a sight to see. You got to take Dallas here.
And we talked about the role players earlier when we were having our fun Magic Cavaliers argument, right? But I just think they're gonna explode offensively tomorrow night here. Yeah, we'll see. Totals 210 there. I haven't been doing much totals, guys. The reason we haven't been talking about totals is if you like the under, bet it. If you don't, if you project to the over, just don't play it. That's how I look at these games right now on totals. Okay. You want to just move on because this is the game we're going to argue about?
Yeah, because you're going to say we got to lay it, right?
Exactly. Phoenix is going to kick their ass tomorrow night. Booker's gonna hit hella shots. KD's gonna hit hella shots. Bradley Beal's gonna look good. Role players, blah 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 blah. Everyone's going, I don't like how the Suns match up with the Timberwolves. Well, how did the Suns beat the Timberwolves 3 times during the regular season?
Because they had McDaniels and these guys guarding KD, and Booker was cooking everyone else. They've switched.
I think Booker goes back to cooking tomorrow night, dude. He's not that bad a player. He's not as bad as he looks.
He's all of a sudden going to cook Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
He can cook Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. I've seen him do it before.
Again, in the regular season. Like, he's
made the NBA Finals. I've seen him cook in playoff games. These guys have playoff experience. I understand your argument with
their
Magic.
Defensive scheme is to force everything to KD and say, here, guy, score 35 on 11 for 17 shooting. But we're not letting the next guy get to 12 or to 20. Like, nobody else is going to help you here.
But Booker's going to help tonight. He's had 2 bad games. He's coming back tonight.
Get open spread. They are trying to set.
He's great at hitting contested shots, though.
But they are trying to get screens to get him open away from Jaden McDaniels and Alexander Walker. And these guys are just going over the screens and staying.
They might get Jaden McDaniels foul trouble.
Watching game two, you've seen his eyes light up the 3 or 4 times that he was able to draw someone else outside of them. He'd make a bucket and start chirping. And then the next 4 times down, those guys jumped over the screens and he missed every shot. I think they are terrible matchups for him. They're bigger than him. They're longer than him. They're not the normal guys he shoots over. He's normally guarded by smaller guys. Jay McDaniels was like 6'8". He can muscle him and just hold him on the perimeter. So if he makes his shots over top of him, he makes them. But I think this is the chance where Phoenix also is just like, we don't like the way we're built. I think that guys can just be like, screw this, we're done. I think they could pack it in early.
They bounce back. I feel the strongest about this game out of any one game tomorrow night. I love Phoenix.
I think you're legit betting on one guy.
I'm legit betting on the fact that this happens every fucking year where all these teams go on the road, they look like shit, they fall down 2-0, and then they come back and they kick ass in game 3. And this has been happening my whole life.
What happens here when Ant bounces back in game 3? Because he played like dog shit in game 2. They don't have any rim protection to stop him from getting to the rim.
Nurkic is all right.
Nurkic is kind of having his own problems down there because Rudy's putting up a historical series. So what happens when Cat starts to shoot threes and they go in? Like,
I'm not worried about Cat.
I mean, I trust him more than some of these Phoenix guys because Grayson Allen's probably not going to play in this game. He got hurt again.
Yeah.
Big loss. So I wouldn't go planting my flag and burying.
I'm planting my flag, bro. It's Phoenix season. It's all Suns for me. So you're not going to join me, huh?
No.
So our only official play for tomorrow is going to be Mavericks -4.5?
Yeah.
Are we betting them first half too?
I mean, I'll probably just bet the full game. I don't have a read on the first half, and I'm not snap betting it like that.
I'm probably betting both. I'm probably betting tomorrow. I'm going to probably take first half full game for all 3 home teams. And I'll go 4-2. At least. So, yeah.
We shall see.
Don't ask me for a loan because I'm just going to be bathing in money like Scrooge McDuck. All right, Tyler, another home team that I want to bet is the Pelicans on Saturday. Talk to me about it.
I'm not sure how they win. Looking back on it.
Bro, they almost won game 1.
Yeah, but they also like OKC kind of died, and like that was my worry when going into game 2 was like, did they blow their biggest shot at getting a game when OKC had their worst showing? And it's like they might have, because the game started in game 2. Joe Val looked like he was going to put up Shaq numbers. He scored the first 11 points, and then they kind of played him off the floor from there. I know he was able to get to 18, but they kind of meant nothing at that point because he was just a detriment to the team. Yeah. They got to go small, but I'm not sure they do. They got to hit shots too.
They're going to hit shots at home. This team's going to look way better.
I lean they win.
They're going to get more calls too.
I lean they win, but
Ingram's probably shoot like 8-10 free throws and they win.
I'm not full. I'll probably bet that game live, see if I can get him at a better number.
Okay. I'm team home for game 3. I love every single home team except for the Sixers, and I would have loved the Sixers, but they made the line too high.
So you want Miami too?
Miami or pass. Do you think they get... No, never mind. I want Boston. They're going to win by 22. I already told Clyde that. Oh, I was noticing our chat is so much more intelligent today. Clyde's not here. No wonder we got a bunch of smart people in the chat. I was wondering why our chat actually looked intelligent today. The Celtics, -9, Tyler.
49ers have had conversations about trading Ayuk or Debo to move up in first round per underdog. One of them's coming to us spread. I don't know which one, but hopefully Ayuk. We don't want Debo.
Well, you don't want Debo?
I'd rather have Ayuk.
Getting good on that offense.
I'd rather have Ayuk next to George Pickens. I'd rather have guys that could just be running wide open.
What happened to Deontay Johnson? Is he not on your team anymore? No one talks about him.
Carolina Panthers, spread. We traded him.
Oh, okay. All right. Should I lay 9 with the Celtics?
No. You're asking a
Bro,
guy.
they're going to kick ass.
You're asking a guy that thinks they're a fraud, spread.
They are a fraud. That doesn't mean they're not going to beat Miami by 10 points or more.
If Miami just shoots threes again and they go in, I mean, we're in the same situation we were in last game. So, no, I'm not laying it with Boston.
I'm laying it with Boston. I'm calling my shot right now. They win by 22 points.
Porzingis going to play better?
Final score 111-89.
No, don't dodge the question. Is Porzingis going to play better?
How could he not?
He
scores like 4 points. He played better, right?
We'll see, but
that's like the easiest thing in the world. Will Porzingis play better? Yes. It's like almost impossible not to. This might have been the worst game of his career.
He's put up some stinkers in the playoffs, spread.
Bro, first of all, he's not the tightest Latvian athlete ever. The tightest Latvian athlete ever is Jelena Ostapenko. And it just continues to get proven over and over again. All right, so that's the one. So that's the second road team home team I'm not taking. Give me the Celtics -9. All right, are we done here?
Yeah, we got a lot of differences. It's going to be fun.
All right, maybe we'll do a show tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. But if not, we'll be back on Monday for sure, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're doing Monday for sure. Maybe we'll jump on tomorrow. Maybe I'll jump on with the keg this weekend. I'm not sure what my weekend schedule is. And what are our official plays for tonight?
Under in the first. Well, I mean, you don't even like the under in the first game. Nothing.
Okay. Let me tell everyone the winners then. Magic first half. Magic full game. Mavericks full game. Suns full game. That's what I got. All right, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. What?
I got final words. Don't bet the Magic.
Bro, it's full on Magic season, bro.
Don't do it.
I put on my robe and wizard hat.